All right, I am here today to talk a little bit about the Bose S1 Pro and the S1 Pro Plus. The differences between the two. I just got the Plus version that just came out. Right now it's July 4th, 2023, and I just received it. I've been using the S1 Pro, the original one, for the last probably 4 or 5 years and having great success with it. I love it. It's my main rig. I'm a solo acoustic guitar player, singer, and this is usually all I need. Sometimes if it's a bigger show, I bring a powered speaker and I daisy chain directly from the S1 into a larger speaker and I cover a bigger area. But for the most part, this is all I need. I really love this speaker. I couldn't wait to get the new one. It has some different features. I'll go through them a little bit. You can look them all up online. I just want to do more of a practical thing so you can hear it and you can make a decision for yourself which one's right for you or if either one of them are right for you. All right, I'm using a Taylor Guitar 326 and I'm just going to be using a regular 835 Sennheiser mic. All right, so I'm going to get started. All right, so let's look at the original here. There's been a ton of information. Everyone's probably pretty familiar with the way this works and what it does. So I won't spend a ton of time on that. This is the new one. And again, you can find out a lot of information on this online just by going to the Bose website. And I want to talk more about the practical things. So for instance, what I noticed is this one has a 1/4-inch send. So if you wanted to power up another speaker from this, not power it up, but send a signal, you would have to go 1/4 out, and then I would have an adapter so that you could send it to an XLR speaker. This one here has an XLR out, that's helpful. There's also this aux, right? So this one doesn't have an aux in. And what that helps you to do is you can send a signal from this one to this one without taking up one of these channels. So the way this old one was, if you wanted to double these up, basically send one signal from this one, you would need to take a channel and you wouldn't have these two channels available. So now you can do that going from the XLR out. So if you have 2 of these speakers, which I do, I would send this one into, adapt it over to a 1/4-inch in. So that's pretty simple and that's good. That really helps it out because sometimes I have people jump in and play with me, and now you have 2 extra channels that you can plug someone into. All right, also it has these, which are very helpful. This is the transmitter. This is a guitar one, and then there's also a microphone one. This is very simple. It's intuitive. However, I will say, I had a little bit of cutting out. Somebody said that there's a firmware update that you can do. One of them, it worked absolutely fine. The other one, when I ran 2 speakers at once, 2 separate transmitters at the same time, one of them was cutting out. And I don't know if it was his guitar, so I'm not really going to hold that against him just yet. And it's a new product, so maybe they're working out the kinks. So anyway, there's that. And then toggling through, obviously this is easy because everything's right there and you don't have to really spend a lot of time on getting the right settings. On this one, you do have to toggle through. So if you're doing it in real time and you're under a little pressure because somebody just came in and all of a sudden you realize that they're now playing, it's too bassy, you have to toggle over, hit it again, and then now you can adjust your bass. So that's not a deal breaker. It's just this is obviously easier and more accessible to get at all the knobs. All right, so another thing that I really like about this is when you're using the transmitter, this becomes an effects loop. So you can take something like this and plug it directly into here using one of these cables, and it has a ring and a tip. You send the ring in, or vice versa, I'll figure that out. and you can use that as an effects loop, and you're still wireless, walking around without any problems. So with these speakers, you have this tone match technology. So if you wanna, it's kind of pre-EQ'd, or it's set up so that you have a microphone, a guitar, or just flat. I've always played it just flat. That's been my experience. It sounds the best to me. And then I just make sure that I have these the way I want them, and that's it. I don't really, for me, I don't use these. Other people probably do. So this one has the same options. You can use the tone match and go through it. For the purposes of what we're doing, I'm just gonna set everything the same, and then I'm gonna play through it, and you can hear the differences. Let's hear what it sounds like.
It's the S1 Pro, the original one. Well, yes, I've brought it to shows and I always have some fun. Could it be right for you? You can get one used at a decent price, I bet. It works good for me. Will it work good for you? You can wait and see which speaker is right for you. This is the Bose S1 Pro Plus version. Can I help you make your decision? You can decide what's right for you. Do you like wireless? I like wireless too. It's a little more money, maybe a little louder. Take a chance, I say, doesn't matter anyway to me.
All right, so overall, I'm happy with the product. I'm glad I bought the speakers. I have two now. I'll keep the old ones. I have two of those, so I'll use those probably more as monitors on the floor, especially if it's outdoors. I'll try to keep the new ones on the stands, keep them in good condition. The other ones already have a little bit of road rash from wear and tear. But overall, I'm really happy with it. I do think they get louder. I would say to my ears, it's louder because, especially at the same settings, and you can get a little bit louder with your guitar without it clipping out. If you've ever had your old speaker clip out, you'll see that it goes red. Or even vocally, you get too loud and you just don't hear anything out of the speaker. Well, this newer speakers, I know it's the same specs according to the manual, but it seems like with technology they were able to do more with the same amount of juice. Whatever they were doing, they're more powerful now. Not dramatically, but I would say probably 20% louder. And that's just a rough kind of guess on what I hear. So you can make your decision. I will say that it's easier for me right now to dial in the good acoustic sound for my guitar with the old one. Because you have the knobs right there, and I'm so used to using it, I just know how to do it. This new one, I have to play around with it, and I'm pretty confident that I'm going to get it so that it sounds just as good. It does have an app available too, and there are some options with the tone match system that you can get from Bose. I believe you can get into some nerdy stuff and upload some of these pre-selected tones that they have. So that's good. It's good to, you can upgrade this speaker as it goes. You know, it has a little port on the back that you can make changes. And when they have firmware updates, you can just hook up to your computer. So this is really good stuff. I'm happy with it. If you found this interesting, I'm glad, and I appreciate you watching.